Oh no!
Oh no! Oh, everything's ruined. Dropped a fry on the.
That's a perfect way.
I dropped
to open the YouTube.
Josh being fed a fry,
and it missed half of it missed his mouth.
Josh opens up the podcast going like this. Dang it! Now everything's ruined.
No, it started with his mouth open and a French fry going towards it.
I didn't see that.
Great. Great. Hi, YouTube.
Welcome, YouTube. Yes,
this is
Josh is married now.
Unfiltered. This
is
life when you're married.
Yeah, that's great.
You French fries while you're on a podcast.
That's exactly what. That's the rules.
That's right.
It's the rules. All right, let's start audio. Audacity.
All right.
3, 2, 1. To episode number 122 of the South Dakota Gamer Podcast. We are here yet again, and my Audacity is not recording, so we're just going to stop.
Mine's
start over.
Yeah, I was going to play it off, but it says error opening sound device. Let me try
Mine
closing out.
Didn't record. Try again. See here, I'll test.
Yeah, I was going to try and play it off.
Okay, I'm good.
Yours is the important one at the beginning, so I was just going to jump in, but
got mine going. It was just taking the wrong mic.
How? Okay. Yep. All right. Now mine's recording.
Okay. Let's try it one more time.
All right.
3, 2, 1. Episode number 122 of the South Dakota Gamer Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Chad Viss. Joining me, as always, Josh Owens. No one heard me?
I did. You just said Josh Owens, not me, right?
Oh no, he said both of us. I thought we were just doing a bit where neither one of us said anything. So
you're on my end. Your audio is breaking up a little bit, so all I heard was Josh Owens.
Oh, I was just doing a bit. I thought we were just both not going to talk.
We're here. Welcome to After E3 stuff. We're going to do this is our regular podcast and all its crappiness.
Yeah.
All right. Working fine this time, so it's not my fault.
Let me ask you this. Let's do some live troubleshooting. What do you say? So I have my router is that behind me, but I am hardwired in, right? I have a LAN cable, but it's a very long cable. Does that matter?
I've told you this before. It does matter. I'm not saying it matters. I'm not saying it'll make the difference here, but it does matter.
It's possible.
Yes. The longer it has to travel, the
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
It's like water, Chad. If your desk is high and the plug is low,
that's crazy.
You need to make sure you have good internet pressure.
You also have to have a good
your computer.
You also have to have a good broadband trap,
right?
So it doesn't get clogged.
Yeah. And don't forget the filter.
Okay.
And you got to add water or salt to the filter.
And every once in a while, you just pour Drano into the vents of your router, and it'll fix it.
Well, that's really the key, I think.
I don't take this advice. So my question: do you think it would work better with Wi-Fi if I just did that instead?
I don't know. Personally, I've never used hardwire when I do this podcast.
I usually hardwire, and me hardwiring is better than Wi-Fi usually. I think it depends on your router.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering because of the long cable. I mean, I forget. It might be 100 feet. No, it's probably 50. I mean, it's a long one.
Yeah, I've got everything I have hardwired in my house, which is now it's just my PS4 and my Apple TV, but they are literally they're 3 feet from the router.
And I have the rest of them that way, but this one, my computer desk is at the other end. Anyways, all right, well, that's enough of that talk. We're boring everyone to death. Our terrible opening and our boring beginning. Dave, let's try to save this by telling people that we're going to give them something real cool.
Well, you've turned it over to the right man, Chad. You know why? Because we're giving away PS4, folks. That's right. Once
That
again,
is brand new information.
I was going to say, if you haven't heard the last 7 or 8 podcasts, surprise! We're giving away a PlayStation 4. And all you got to do is follow the rules that we lay out each episode. This month, all you have to do is subscribe to us on YouTube. Very simple. Go to YouTube, search South Dakota Gamer, find our channel, subscribe, and send us proof that you did that. Take a screenshot and send it to us, either a Facebook message or an email. Send it to us on Twitter, however you want to do that. And you will get entered into the contest. The contest is running all the way until November, just before Black Friday. So if you don't win it and you still want to get on the deals, you can do that. But up until then, you have a chance each month to get a new entry. And also, don't forget, for our Patreon supporters, every month that you support, you also get an additional entry. So there's a possibility of getting 2 entries a month. And then every once in a while, we will throw in bonus ways to subscribe each month. But this month, right now, just subscribe to us on YouTube and you get an entry. So,
well, Dave, that just sounds like a fantastic deal. And I would say at that, just as many ways as there are to win, I feel like people can't afford not to support us on Patreon. You know what I'm saying? I just really feel like it's a missed opportunity. Just even $1.
How many months until November, right? July, August, September, October, 5 more months. For $5.
That could be
a PlayStation 4.
It could be all it takes.
I mean, I'm just saying, it is true. It's not untrue.
I don't know if you guys have heard of the lottery, but the odds of winning the lottery are way worse than winning this PS. Like, way worse.
Yes. 100% true. 100% accurate.
So,
see, it's South Dakota Gamer. Yeah. We speak truth. It's also a very popular song that a lot of people think it has to do with Christianity. It doesn't. It has to do with our podcast and our ability to get you a PlayStation 4. It was written way before we ever decided to do this, but that person had a lot of foresight that they used through the power of the Force and midichlorians speaking
there you
to
go.
them.
Yep. Anyway, that was coming. That was good. Good tie-in. All right. So at PlayStation 4. Moving right along, we have some new releases coming out this week. Nothing real huge, but the new release is brought to us by our Patreon supporter to the PlayStation 4 winning, Papa Andy and Natation. So, guys, Natation, why don't you go ahead and tell the fine listeners what that is?
Well, before that, he had his baby while I was gone.
Babies,
right?
Twinsies.
Yes.
Babies. Oh my goodness.
I
don't think I knew that.
In 1 week, he had 2 kids and 2 Xboxes.
Wow. Well, look at everything's coming up Andy nowadays. Well, congratulations to Papa Andy. It took me a second to figure out why we were saying Papa Andy, but congrats to Papa Andy. I thought Chad and Andy just got real close. And just real nice, good buddies. And so there was like a nickname that Chad picked out and was trying out for Andy. That may be the case also, but congrats to Andy.
Sure. Father's Day this last weekend.
Very nice.
Man.
Very cool.
He timed that well. Nice job. Just he's freaking nailing it across the board, that guy. Good job.
Everything's coming up Andy.
Yep.
So Natation is his word of the week. And you guys are going to tell us what that means, right?
This week, I think it's a trick question. That word actually does not exist. Good try. You're not getting me.
Wow.
Final answer.
Well, Josh, you would be incorrect, my friend.
Man.
A lot of you video game players, you might know what this word means. And it's very ironic, Chad, that you bring up broadband and all this stuff, because Natation is actually a secret nation run by gnats. Not the bugs. I'm talking about the gnat settings on your computer, on your game consoles. We're talking about the future of computer and sentient being takeover of the earth. Right? I was talking to Alex Jones the other day. He told me that this is true. This is the nation of Nat. Now, right now, they're all closed, which everybody hates, right? We all hate a closed NAT setting. Can't do anything.
Yeah,
Can't play multiplayer.
Mm-hmm.
They're moving toward moderate. But what happens is when they're completely open, guys, we're just going to become one with the NAT. N-A-T Nation.
Well, I'm
telling you guys
just
right
really
here.
forward to that.
I mean, it sounds like a bad thing, but really, when you think about it, we're all going to be connected, right?
Like,
Wow, sounds like Hideo Kojima
Think
stuff.
about it. Think about it, dude.
Ending.
You took the words right out of my mouth. This plays right.
See, you guys
into
are
Hideo
already
Kojima's
connected.
game.
Man,
Eh.
crazy.
I'm telling you,
Good word.
that's
Andy.
actually the setting. That's the setting of Death Stranding.
I get it. Setting.
Uh-huh.
Nice. Nicely done.
Right.
I almost don't want to give the real definition because that was pretty good. The real definition of natation is swimming.
Well, that's
Wait, what? Swimming?
like in water?
Or
Like-
like we're
or
doing
fl-
right now, trying to get you to communicate with us, and it's just
Like
kind
not-
of treading.
No,
Like not in internet?
just swimming.
Swimming in water.
Nope, just water swimming. Yep, swimming.
Well, I feel like we've
Yeah,
already
swim.
got a word for that.
It's called swimming.
Called swimming.
Don't
feel like we need another one, a weird one.
Well, the Latins, you know those Latins and their words.
English
That's
is just
where-
a great language, isn't it?
Hoorah!
Tune in to the next National Olympics where you can see the men's natation, where they will participate in the backstroke and the butterfly, and there's more I can't think of right now.
You know, some dork one of these years that won a gold medal in swimming was like, yeah, and that gold medal I got in natation. Everybody's like, in freaking what? Oh, it's a fancy word for swimming. You probably wouldn't know it. I read a lot.
It's Latin. It's Latin. I
His
read
friends are like,
books.
all right, okay.
Well, thank you,
Good
Andy,
word.
for the word of the week. Dave, why don't you let us know the few new releases that are coming out this week?
All right, Chad. On June 20th for the PS4, PC, and Mac,
Look out.
Final Fantasy 14. Had to look at the X and the I and the V. Final Fantasy 14 Stormblood. Now, is that a DLC for Final Fantasy, or is that an actual separate?
Yeah,
Is that the 14th
I
game?
believe it's an expansion.
Yes.
Okay, so Final Fantasy
14 has
14
been
is
out for
already
a while.
out.
Yeah.
So there you go. If you like Final Fantasy, I know several of you do. You can check that out. On June 23rd, Ever Oasis is coming out on the 3DS, which is still live and kicking. You guys gonna play that?
Stormy, at least.
Chad, you got a 3DS.
I mean, my kids do, but
Why? Why aren't you gonna get it? Don't you support gaming? Aren't you like a gamer?
I mean, yeah, to a degree.
Okay, whatever. June 23rd. I mean, Chad's not going to play Ever Oasis. Maybe he'll play this game since he's a gamer. PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Get Even. This
Sounds
is
like a Mel Gibson movie.
yeah, it's a much lesser known TV show that came on after Get Smart. It was
You can't get smart. Get even.
Get even. Good tagline.
Yeah.
also, if you mispronounce it, it's a show all about tracking down Evan Steele and getting him.
Get Evan.
Get Evan. This fall's #1 rated TV show. Get Evan.
Well, that's it. That's your little
Okay.
handful of interesting games. I'm not going to play any of those, as far as I know. I mean, I might check out Get Evan. It might be something cool that I'd like to look at. But
We have just created a better game than Get Even called Get Evan. Someone make that game, please.
I want to play that game so bad.
Yeah. All right. So those are the new releases. Not a ton. Obviously, we're kind of in the middle of summer or the beginning of summer, and after E3,
And
there's
an
not a
air
whole
raid,
lot.
if you can hear that on my end.
I can hear
some of it,
yeah.
Yeah.
So not a whole lot coming out in it.
Yeah. Got to turn off all the lights. Oh, goodness.
For June, there isn't a whole lot coming out in June in general. So, we're halfway through, obviously. But what I did want to talk about, the lack of new releases kind of spurred an idea and a thought that I had that may be a good discussion. E3 just kind of finished up. E3 finishing the news. There's not a whole lot of anything new coming out because so much happened during E3. We can kind of just continue to rehash a lot of the things that happened there. But rather than do that, I thought of all the games that were announced at all the press conferences. We saw a lot of 2018, and we talked about that last week on our E3 prediction or results show. There are a lot of 2018 games that are coming that we're excited for. Can't wait to play. And so I started thinking about the games that we do know are coming out this year still. And I went through and I listed not maybe every single one of them, but all the bigger ones that as I looked at them were something that most people probably would be interested in. And I wanted to talk about throughout the rest of the year the games that we know are coming out, and if any of them were like a surprise to us. When they announced a release date, whether we knew it beforehand, which a lot of them we did, or they announced it during E3, which there weren't at a 2017 release date announced during E3. Which ones are we excited for? Which ones are we surprised that it is coming out this year? Are there some that we don't think will make this year that'll fall into next year? And just kind of talk about that. So I'm going to quickly go through the months and the games that'll be coming out each month. I don't have the specific days, but I have the months, and then we'll talk about it. So I'll go through this quickly. So the remainder of June, the only big one I saw was Crash Bandicoot Trilogy, which I know a lot of people are excited about that. In July, we have Final Fantasy XII, which is a remake of that game, or a remaster of it, and then Splatoon 2, which is a big one. August, we got Tacoma, Lawbreakers, which is Cliff Bleszinski's game, Sonic Mania, Uncharted Lost Legacy, Mario plus Rabbids, the Life is Strange prequel, and then obviously Madden, as always. September, we have Destiny 2, Knack 2, finally Cuphead, and then FIFA 18. October, we have Forza 7, Shadow of War, Evil Within 2, South Park, Assassin's Creed, Wolfenstein 2. That's a good month. And then November, we have Call of Duty, Crackdown 3, Ni no Kuni 2, Need for Speed, Star Wars Battlefront 2, Lego Marvel Superheroes 2, and Xenoblade Chronicles 2. And then December, there's nothing announced for December as of right now. So that's your outlook on games for the rest of
Xbox One X launch.
November. Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, that is a lot of games. Not every game on that list appeals to me, but I know it'll appeal to a lot of people. After reading that, are you excited by the list of games that are there? Are you underwhelmed? Does it just seem like a normal year? What are your guys' thoughts?
For me, there's definitely enough to keep me busy. But no, I mean, and this is kind of what Sony set up for us. And Microsoft didn't really bring anything better to the table. They set this all up 2 years ago, where they announced almost everything that they didn't announce, but they re-showed again, and they're still not playable. So they've got the hype. The hype that everybody has is for these games that aren't coming out this year. So it's going to make all the rest of these kind of look like, well, I want to play several of these games. Unless you're like, obviously, the Call of Duty people, you're always going to have a Call of Duty crowd. Destiny 2 is a big release. That will be a big release.
Absolutely.
And then you've got the FIFA people and the Madden people. I think, I expect Assassin's Creed Origins to do well because they've been off for a year, and the hype was pretty big for that. It looked really good. But like, other than Super Mario Odyssey, not a lot of huge games. There's several. I mean, we can, after Josh gives his opinion, I'm assuming we're going to go through, like, we have the ones we want to get and which ones we want to play and stuff like that.
We can do that. Yep, for sure.
But yeah, I mean, I'm not underwhelmed,
Josh?
but I think that this was expected because of the way they set up the presentation of all this stuff that's I mean, 2 years ago it wasn't going to come out this year, and when we were just reminded, oh yeah, we don't get to play those this year. So
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I'm not underwhelmed, but I'm definitely, and we said it on the last episode, but I'm not as hyped after E3 as I was last year, which I think is understandable. And I hate saying stuff like that because I feel like it sounds so like spoiled bratty to be like, oh, I'm not that excited about these video games. But there wasn't a lot new, like Dave said. There was just a lot of like rehashing and more of stuff we'd already seen. That being said, I feel like it's a pretty solid lineup. There's a lot of games in the list, also like Dave said, that I'm excited for. So I think it's an okay list of games. I don't think I'm really surprised necessarily by any of these. So
yeah, I agree. After going through them, because I thought without a list in front of me going, oh well, there's great games coming out this year. There's some really good stuff, but nothing really like melts my face that I just can't wait to play. It's like the Uncharted 4, I've just been dying to play it, or Fallout 4, or Skyrim Remastered, things that are just like you're so anticipating. But again, that doesn't diminish what is here. And that might be a little bit of what Josh's saying, well, first world problems, we don't have great games. We have just really good ones. And into Dave's up to 2018 games for 2 years. And yeah, those are still coming. And next year is going to be really cool. But we still have to wait. So of the games that are here, what tickles your fancy? Which ones are the ones that you're really excited for and really looking forward to?
But how about we just go through the list and each speak on if we want the game or not,
each one,
and why? Yeah,
let's do it. Crash Trilogy. Anyone wanting to play that one?
I'm not. I mean, I could see me maybe playing it if it was there in front of me, but I don't have any desire.
You're not gonna spend $60 for it.
I never played any of the Crash games.
Yeah, I don't have that much nostalgia for it either.
Same here. Final Fantasy 12.
Not me.
That one I'm a little more keen on, but I'm not going to be in a rush to play it. I liked it.
I'd like to try it. I never played it, so I wouldn't mind playing it because I never did.
Yeah.
But I'm not probably going to spend $60 for it.
Yeah.
Splatoon 2.
I will be getting this one. Mainly because it's a Switch game, and I want to start building my library on the Switch. And it's a multiplayer game, which would be fun, and it looks fun. I did play some of the demos, and I've talked about this before. The only time I've ever played it is on the demo at Target, and that was the first one, obviously. And I liked it, and everything that I see about the game, I like. So I'll definitely be getting them.
And there's that really rad headset, so bonus.
Oh yeah. I'm not really. I mean, I didn't really care for Splatoon 1. And this looks like a lot more of it. I played it. I owned it. Carter liked it. I mean, maybe I'd get it for him. But for me, it just doesn't tickle my fancy. So, sorry, Evan. Tacoma.
I'm very excited about.
Definitely.
Yeah.
For sure.
Lawbreak. PS4 PC exclusive.
Yeah, I keep seeing Cliff talk about this, but I keep meaning to go look at it, and I just keep forgetting to. So explain to me, in a nutshell, what is this game?
No gravity.
Okay.
And then there's like powers that you have to manipulate like your movement through the level.
Is this multiplayer or single player?
Yeah, multiplayer.
It's
kind of like an arena
only.
shooter.
Okay.
Arena shooter, yeah.
You're just like freaking flying around the whole time.
Very fast.
It looks very fast, very like what's the word? Frantic. That's not the word I was looking for.
Are you using thrusters? Like, are you just a person that has in a no gravity arena?
I think you have a suit, don't you?
Yeah, there you have characters, you have suits. Yeah, there may be some grapple hooks, things like that.
Yeah.
It's really fast. And I don't think there's really a story. It's similar, I believe, to like Titanfall 1 story where there is this overlying thread there, but you just play multiplayer matches. And yeah, it's been on PC like in early beta for a while, early access for a while. and we've not had a release date, but now we're getting one. It was going back and forth from free to play to actual buy the game, and the game it's going to be a $30 game, so it's not full $60. It's $30, and it's just multiplayer.
Yeah.
So
I don't think it's going to be for me, just from what I've seen. It looks like flying around. Freaking, what's the big multiplayer game right now? I can't even think of the name of it. Overwatch. It looks like flying around Overwatch to me, which I'm sure appeals to a lot of people. Like Overwatch is already not really my type of game, so adding the extra layer of difficulty onto it, I don't think it's going to be for me. It looks interesting though.
It has my interest. I don't know, how much. If there's a group of guys that gets it on PlayStation, that would obviously increase my. So, Sonic Mania. Nope.
Definitely.
No, just kidding.
Really, that's really a surprise.
Definitely.
It looks pretty.
This is the one colorful. I'm gonna get. Not the whichever one's coming out in the future. This is the retro one, and
you're getting this one on the Switch.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's I should have prefaced that, but that's definitely. I'm not going to play this on my PS4
console.
Yeah, it makes the most sense to me on a Switch because this is not. It's not a game. I've talked about this before, but I'm not going to sit down and play this for hours. I'm just going to play it for probably less than an hour, and then put it down and do something else or play something else. But I like it.
I think we're all probably going to pass on the next one. So,
let's see where we at. The next one is Uncharted Lost Legacy.
I mean, it's two girls. Who wants to play that? We'll just move on.
Sexist.
Now the price was already announced for this, right? Because I just saw it today
$30
on the PlayStation Store, and I was like, "Yeah, that's great."
I'm really excited about it. It looks. I think we said this too on the last episode, but it looks like just more Uncharted, which is awesome.
I love how this generation can do this too, to where DLC can basically be another game, basically just added on.
Yeah. So you don't have to have Uncharted 4 to play this. This will be an entirely standalone game.
And I like that it looks like it's a buddy game the whole way through, like a 2-person adventure, which is really cool too.
Yep. Very cool. All right, Mario plus Rabbids, whatever the subtitle of that game is.
Yeah, I'm getting it.
Yeah,
I'm excited about this one. This was one out of this list where I did notice if there was going to be a surprise. Like I wasn't. I mean, not surprised. Like, is it going to come out this year or whatever? Although that was also a surprise. It came out of nowhere. Like I didn't know this was in development until it started leaking, like just before E3 or whatever it was. And it was something where I thought, because we mentioned it a little in a couple podcasts ago, but when I saw it playing at E3, I was like actually surprised. Like I didn't expect this to be something I'd want. And it has a little bit to do with the fact that there's not a whole lot on the Switch, and it's got Mario in it.
Yeah.
And I think that they just now looking at it, I think they just made a good decision to throw that in there. And this, you can get Super Mario Odyssey this October, but in the meantime, you can play this completely different type of game with Mario in it, and it's got tactical based combat and stuff, and it looks cool.
I just love the Rabbids.
Kind of like an XCOM Mario game or whatever.
I love the Rabbids.
Yeah,
I think that's a character that it would be really, really easy to make them just annoying, and somehow they walk that line very well. And they're actually hilarious. So if I had the Switch, I'd be interested in just for the sake of that.
Yeah. I was interested when I thought it was more an RPG, but when I found out it's more like XCOM, which is that tactical, move based type, I lost a little bit of interest probably mainly because I'm just not very good at those. And I assume this might be a little bit easier than like an XCOM, which is pretty punishing. But Dave says if Dave really likes it, maybe I give it a try, but I probably won't get it immediately. So, all right. Next, we have the Life is Strange prequel. Have any of us played?
I have not.
No,
it was free on PlayStation Plus, so I assume we all own it. We just obviously haven't had a chance to play it. So.
I think I got PlayStation Plus after it was free.
It just was this last month.
What?
Or it might be still. Actually, it might be this month.
Oh man.
Might want to check
Okay,
it out.
I'll check because
As Josh picks up his controller right now.
I gotta
to
check. Because I've been wanting to play it.
I'm pretty sure
But I've like
it was either last month or it's this month. I think it might be this
there
month.
was like a solid 2 or 3 weeks that I just play it all because of the wedding and everything.
It would make sense that you would know then if it's this month. I'm assuming it's June.
Okay.
So check that out. So that's a prequel. Maybe be more interested once I get through the first one. And then Madden 18 coming out the end of August. I've played Maddens. I like Maddens, but I probably won't play it immediately.
But
Yeah,
that's
I
sweet
played it before
story
I
mode.
had it.
Okay, 4K Madden. 4K. Okay. Now we're into September. Destiny 2.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I wanted to get into the first Destiny. I have the first Destiny on PlayStation. I'm still not convinced that I won't pick it up sometime between now and the next one and play it a little bit. So I'll get Destiny 2.
Sure. Yeah.
Even if it ends up being, the same story as the last one, there's still a chance to have a lot of fun with friends and stuff like that. So
yeah. Josh is still looking for Life is Strange.
I just found it. It is still free. Thank the good Lord.
Any interest in Destiny?
No, not really. I wasn't really interested in the first one. I feel like I sound really negative when I talk about these games. If people like them, fantastic. I'm happy that people like them. I know a lot of people like them, very obviously. It's really not my thing. Games that force me to play online with other people, like a lot of the gameplay relies on that. It's not really my thing. They look cool, but so I like it. It looks really neat. It's just not my kind of thing.
Yeah, and that's okay. All right. Next we have Knack 2.
Absolutely. Just so excited. I can't believe it actually got greenlit. I will be in line at midnight the night before this releases.
I feel like this is sarcasm.
A little bit. Although okay. I don't have as low an opinion of Knack as I feel like a lot of people do.
I have Knack 1 digitally. I've never played it though.
I don't think it's as bad as everybody says it is.
All right, Knack 2.
That being said, I'm not sure why it got a sequel.
Next, Cuphead.
I am interested in Cuphead. Probably, I'd have to play it on PC, right? Because it's a Microsoft.
Right.
Like
PC, Xbox
published.
exclusive. Correct. Yeah, this one looks cool. I just like the art style, the old timey look. It's supposed to be a very punishing platformer. So
it reminds me of Felix the Cat, the artwork.
Yeah. Yep.
Remember those old cartoons?
Totally.
Mm-hmm. Looks pretty cool.
It has no Xbox, so there you go. FIFA 18 football. In October, Forza Motorsport 7.
Cricket.
All right.
Cricket.
Next. Shadow of War.
definitely.
Yes.
Yeah. Here.
I'll be getting this one.
Cool. All right. Evil Within 2.
I am probably going to get this one as well.
All right.
For sure.
For sure.
We should all play it.
Well, yeah, sure. I'd never finished Resident Evil 7. That's the only time I played it was on that stream.
Chad.
Oh man, it's so good.
Fractured Butthole.
I'm one of the people that actually I pre-ordered this game, and with it you got the Stick of Truth download, and then when they delayed it, they actually refunded my money back and then took away my ability to play the Stick of Truth.
Oh, what the hell?
And so I'm kind of like, I'm just gonna wait and see.
Because of that.
I'm gonna wait and see what happens.
The Stick of Truth. If you like South Park, you will like this game. I mean, you will like the first one. I assume the second one's just more of the first. Just
right.
It's a turn-based RPG, which I dig those. And it's very South Park. I'm not a really big South Park guy, but I'm familiar enough, and it is the show. It crosses all the boundaries it shouldn't cross. It's not great. Like, it's bad, but that's what South Park is. So if you like that, I think it's something you would enjoy.
I like South Park. I still haven't played the first one, but I feel like, especially the way Fractured Butthole looks, with like its similarities to like a Final Fantasy Tactics, for instance, I feel like I'd really enjoy the gameplay.
I think you would,
and I do like the humor. So I need to go back and
you would probably really like it.
Yeah,
you would really like it. All right, next we have Assassin's Creed Origins. I'm a 100% on this one.
Yeah, this is like Evan was saying about Wolfenstein. This is the first time I've been like really interested in an Assassin's Creed game since like Assassin's Creed 2, which I didn't even finish. It looks pretty good. I think, like I said, I think taking a year off was a good idea for them. The setting's cool. I'm excited about it.
Yeah, totally. Coming out on the same day as Assassin's Creed, Super Mario Odyssey.
Absolutely.
I want this one too. Yeah,
Gotta
absolutely.
get that.
This will be a big one.
Possessing people with your hat.
You know what I am excited about. Like I know, like I think I was a little skeptical when they first announced it, when they were first showing the gameplay. No, I really was.
I feel like that is like, I don't think anyone would get that.
No, I really was.
From you.
I know I come off as just completely positive about everything Nintendo all the time, but this I was a little skeptical about. But I will say, the more I see about it, it looks like it's going to do, I hope what it's going to do for the Mario franchise, the same thing that the Mario 64 did for the Mario franchise. I really hope that it kind of does the same thing. It looks like it's going to open some things up. It looks like there's going to be some new types of gameplay in there, like with the sentient hat and like some different things. So I'm excited to see what it does for Mario in general. I hope it's as big a shift as Mario 64 was.
For sure. And they have that still side-scrolling portions. Did you see that? Like on the wall?
Yeah.
That looks so cool. All right. And then also on the exact same day as Assassin's Creed and Mario, Wolfenstein 2. Send in on this one also.
I didn't see much from this game, and I didn't play much Wolfenstein back in the day. So
let me give you
I don't
this.
think I know enough.
The opening part of this game, Wolfenstein 2, starts off with wheelchair combat.
Okay, I'm in.
Okay.
Yeah, that's perfect.
This was real hurt at the end of last game, and you start off this game in a wheelchair, and you're killing Nazis from a wheelchair.
All right, I like it. I'm in. That's enough for me.
Yeah. It seems like this one, they've incorporated what they did in Doom a little bit more into this, so you got a little bit more Doom flavor in this Wolfenstein.
Cool. Okay.
Which sounds good. So, all right, so all three of those are October 27th. Now we're into November. Call of Duty, World War II. I'm in on that one. I'm good for that.
Have you guys seen the multiplayer like demo? I mean, it's a different one, but I heard Damon Hatfield talking about it. I'm pretty sure it was him. And they're talking about this as like one of the most graphically violent displays in a video game that he's ever seen, or whoever was talking about has ever seen. There was one scene they were talking about specifically where it's kind of like a Saving Private Ryan moment, where there's a sniper up in a bell tower and he's like protecting his people, and the tank sees him, and you as a player are up in the bell tower with this other guy, and this tank shoots up at the tower, and you literally see the soldier next to you, the whole top from like his midsection up gets blown off. Like not the whole top, like maybe from his like pectorals up gets blown off, and he like falls towards you, and you see like fractured rib cage, bones coming out of the top, and just bloody meat just hanging off of him and everything, like just really detailed. Yeah. Which I mean, and it's war. Like I mean, I don't want to like sound like I'm like, you know, gratuitous violence and stuff like that, but
well, I think it sounds delightful.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it because I like the games that, and it sounds weird again saying this, but in stuff like that, like you should feel a little bit like when you're feeling a little bit disturbed, that means that they're actually accomplishing the goal of putting you there and making you think about what it was really like. Yeah. And that's just a different aspect of storytelling that video games can be now that they weren't years ago. Yeah. And there's a place for, you know, not having that, but I think there is a very real place for having it too, to be an educational avenue for that type of stuff. So I'm looking forward to playing it for the action and everything, but also the storytelling.
There was a game a while back. Speaking of them like doing a good job making it graphic enough to make you feel something. There was a game a while back, and I can't remember what it is, but it was one of the first games in a long time where like I would actually hesitate to take a life in the game because I didn't like how it made me feel. And I can't remember what game it was. I'm gonna have to look back and see what games I've been playing. But there was a game
Grand Theft Auto.
Oh, that was the one. Yeah, the hooker. After I picked her up and
I felt really bad when I shot her,
and then killed her and took my money back. I didn't like how it made me feel. So, no, I can't remember what game it was, but it wasn't too long ago. But I remember thinking like, well done, because never in a video game do I think like that's what you're playing a video game for, to like kill bad guys and do your thing. But I would consciously find ways to not take lives, and I can't remember
Bloodborne
what game it was, but that was the one. But yeah, that being said, it looks good for sure.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to doing this. My first Call of Duty on PlayStation.
Nice.
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah. All right. Next, Crackdown 3. If you still have an Xbox.
Well, if I still had an, I mean, I probably will have an Xbox by this point. When I'm
So
planning.
That's right.
I'm planning on
That's
getting
release date of the
pretty much.
X.
Yeah, pretty much when it launches, I'm planning on getting it. So.
Okay.
Because I'm definitely looking forward to a lot of the exclusives for the following year too, and
I feel like I need to see more from this game.
I never played the other Crackdowns.
See, I played the first one, and it was fun. It was very much similar to Saints Row. Like you jumped real high, you were able to run real fast. You could pick up cars and throw them, and that collectathon for the orbs that people always talk about. It was a fun game. This one does that really like is anything different. I think I need to see more. I think I need to be sold more on it other than the 4K. So, all right. Next, we have Ni no Kuni 2.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to play this. I didn't play Ni no Kuni 1 because I didn't have a PlayStation 3, but I like those JRPGs. So I have interest. I have to investigate a little bit more, but I have some at least initial interest. Need for Speed Payback.
I always like a good Need for Speed game. I've played a lot of years.
Biggest feeling.
What really gets me into them though is the level of customization on the car. So I'd have to know more about that before I jumped into it, because that's really what I enjoy.
The Need for Speed game, one of the only Need for Speed games, and definitely the Need for Speed game that I played the most was the first one on the Xbox 360. So since then, I haven't really been into the series that much at all. I'm not a huge racing game, but yeah, like Josh was saying, I do like the customizations. That's what kept me in the game I just mentioned. But I don't have any particular desire to get this one. Personally.
Same. Me as well. All right, next, Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm interested. They addressed pretty much every problem I had with the first one. And
then didn't talk about it at E3.
Yeah, didn't talk about any of that at all. Just more of the same. Yeah. But yeah, it's definitely got me interested for sure.
Yeah, me as well.
Sorry, Chad. I was just going to say that could just be the fact that now that we know that it's actual canon, maybe just didn't want to spoil the story, like by showing you gameplay from actual canon.
Because I was even worried about that. I was like, I hope they don't ruin anything big, but. Yeah, that may be.
Yeah. This one I may end up buying on both systems, Xbox and PlayStation, because I typically now am playing on my PlayStation most of the time, but Carter he's almost level 100 in the first one.
Wow.
He plays a ton. which I guess I have a little story about that when what we can get to and what we've been playing, considering that. But I'll save that for a moment.
I'm just telling you, expect my kid. I mean, his name's Jack. Expect my son to be playing this with us because he's going to be 10 years old. Of course, I'm going to have to talk a lot different when I play. I mean, we're getting to that point to where he's going to jump into some actual groups of.
I'm going to yell. I would bet, hold your own, kid.
That I'm in.
Come on, little man. Let's go.
Oh yeah, he's definitely going to want this game, and he's going to want it on PS4, and he's going to want to play with me, and I'm really looking forward. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. He's already sending me invites for Injustice 2, and I don't have it. So I was like, man, when I get it, maybe we can play it, but. Right. But yeah, I can't wait. Can't wait to find out what the story is. Can you imagine, what if they did something really crazy and revealed something like part of the origins of Snoke
for the Last Jedi? I'd be surprised. I mean, they are putting a book out as well, which ties into the main character and her story and this whole plot of the game. So I don't know, who knows? A couple more Lego Marvel
thing.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying, what's the point of making this story canon unless there's a reason for it to tie into?
Well, they've got canon for a lot of stuff that's before Episode 7. So
I know, but it all ties in for a specific reason, though. Why would they just tell us a random story about some girl that we're never going to hear from again, or not going to, if it's going to be canon? That's what I'm saying.
Well, it bridges the gap between Rogue One and A New Hope.
No, this is after Return of the Jedi.
After Jedi, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Then it could definitely reveal something.
I'm not saying they're going to make I was just kind of saying that's a crazy joke. This could, because it's canon and where it's placed, it could give us some cool stuff
for sure. Absolutely.
I'm not expecting them to do that, and with Snoke specifically. But
yeah,
I'm just saying.
Yeah, there could be smaller things though. Luke maybe met her and things of that nature. So he comes from it's Rey's mother. She's Rey's mom. All right, next Superheroes 2. I want to play this.
Rey's mom. What? I guess she could be.
I'm still playing through the first one, but I like it so far.
Yeah, this one has the Guardians of the Galaxy and humans. Introduces a lot of things that weren't in the first one, so cool. And then finally, Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
That for the Switch? Yeah, I'm probably going to get that just because I'm really curious about what type of game it is and having that on my Switch. It looks, unless I'm wrong, it reminds me of a Secret of Mana type game or something where it's like an RPG. I could be way off. I could be wrong. I'm not saying I'm not saying I'm going to get it, but I'm curious at looking to get it.
Sure.
To have something like that on my Switch. I really wish they just make those that they released in Japan available in America.
The Secret of Mana, that would be cool. I saw your tweet about that. Yeah, that would be nice. All right, well, those are all the games that are coming out for 2017. There are some that I'm sure that I missed, but those were the big ones that I thought we would be interested in. So let's move right into the very short segment of the news that you can use.
If you so choose.
To do so.
Brought to us by Paco and the First Hand Supply. Put your face on it.
Rub your face on it.
Just all up in there.
So we got some beta dates for Call of Duty World War II, which we just talked about. If you're on the PlayStation 4 and you pre-order it, you will be able to play the beta August 25th through the 28th. And then they'll have another weekend, September 1st through the 4th, where the Xbox can get involved as well. So those are the beta dates for the Call of Duty. People like to get in on those betas. They feel special when they play them. So there you go.
I'd like to.
Yeah, they're fun. I like to be able to play things early. Next, Star Wars Battlefront 2, which we just talked about, had the most viewed trailers, most searched thing from E3. Star Wars Battlefront 2 was the most viewed YouTube E3 content of the entire show. So people are real excited about that. Star Wars is big. I don't know if you heard.
Disney, Marvel making big money.
Yeah.
I guess ultimately Disney. They own everything.
Yeah. World. IO Interactive. We talked about this a few weeks ago, how Square Enix was selling them off. They announced this week that they are now fully independent. They have worked out their buyout from Square Enix, and they fully have all the rights to the Hitman game and IP, so they are free to make season 2 or whatever they want when it comes to Hitman.
That's cool. I feel like they really, this is a sign that they really love this series, and that means nothing but good things for it, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's exciting. I like seeing good for the little guy. Good for them.
Yeah. Yep. And it was received well, so it'd be good to see them do something next. 2 more quick things. Atari, those game consoles that were out before even the 3 of us were playing video games, is working on a new console.
Heck
You can go over to AtariBox.com, and they got a little trailer, shows wood paneling and everything. The CEO, but they are saying they're getting into the hardware, and it will be a PC-based. So I don't know if that means Steambox. I don't really know what that exactly means, but that's what he said.
That's where my mind went. It wouldn't surprise me. Either way.
But my question is, is this something that we really need? Because can't we play like what we want from like Atari? Can't we play that on all of our current?
Yeah, I'm assuming
systems?
they're going to make new stuff. Is my assumption. Unless this is like I'm assuming they're going to make new games. We're not just going to be playing Pitfall, and things like that, or Pong. But we're going to be playing new Atari games for this generation of games. It's like an NES Classic
could have some. Oh, I hope it's not that. I hope it's like some kind of a second tier like Nintendo competition type console, where they compete in the same market that Nintendo does.
That's I don't know. There's not a whole lot of information out there. The whole PC thing, hardware it's what trips me up a little bit, not really understanding what that means.
I
shall see.
I hear that and I think modular, basically, like kind of what Xbox was talking about for a while with their upgrades and stuff. But like you can switch out video cards and things like that. Like when I hear PC based, like when they're that out front with PC based, that's what I think is like a more modular type console.
Sure. Interesting. And then finally, something I'm excited for because I never did get a chance to play it. Super Hot.
Yeah.
Coming to PlayStation 4 and PSVR very soon.
Very cool. Very cool.
So
definitely
super hot. Super hot. All right. That's all the news I have for you this week. Let's move right into what we've been playing. Josh, as your battery on your laptop wanes quickly, why don't you let us know what you've been playing this last week since you've been home from your honeymoon?
We're at 5%.
Plenty of space.
I played a teensy weensy bit of Horizon. And then in celebration of being married and getting home from my honeymoon in one piece and paying off my car this month, I just made my final car payment, so that's exciting. My awesome, wonderful wife was nice enough to let me go out and buy a new video game. So I did. I bought Prey, and I have just been playing the heck out of that game. It's great. It's very BioShock-esque.
I like that.
But different enough from BioShock that it doesn't just feel like you're playing BioShock in space. I really love the upgrade system. I like the ability system. The weapons are really, really cool and unique. The setting is pretty cool. There's a lot of characters, which is neat too. The only problem I have with it is the gameplay can be a little buggy. It's not as fluid as I would like. For the most part, it's not bad. You can't aim down the sights of any of your weapons, which also is annoying to me. But it's because those buttons end up getting used later on in the game. But that's not even like, that's a super minor issue that I have with it. But like it just, some of the gameplay can be a little bit buggy, and it's not as smooth as I'd like it to be. That's really my only issue with the game, though. It's really, really good. It's just scary enough to be like kind of creepy, but it's not super scary. It's not overly scary. The enemies are pretty cool. They seem menacing. Like, the enemies are the kind of enemies that you like. Even the little ones in the beginning of the game, you don't just take them on. Like, you have to be careful about it. And then it just like they keep introducing new enemies, so you have to keep that mindset like moving through the game. It's pretty cool. Like, I think the escalation is well done. It's really, really good. I don't want to talk about it too much because I don't want to give anything away, but I'm really, really liking it so far.
Josh recommendation.
Yeah.
Play Prey. Cool. That's all?
That's it. That's it for me.
All right, Dave.
I played a little bit. I played some more Horizon Zero Dawn. In our last episode, I kind of glossed over this real quick, but I got the platinum on that finally. Number 20th, my 20th platinum.
Nice.
Number 20. Anyways, I also played some Diablo 3 with Chad last week.
Yeah, we did. I forgot about that.
It's a good game. I knew as soon as we always start playing it so late for some reason. It's always the game that I end up having to bail on because I'm like, all right,
I'm gonna fall asleep playing this one. Just so you know,
I'm starting
to hit that wall, and then you see Dave's character just walking into walls, just walking in place. Well, Dave's gone. Sorry, man.
I played some more Zelda Breath of the Wild on my Nintendo Switch. I also got the Pro Controller this week.
Yeah. Very nice.
Played a little bit with it, and I really like it. I'm still holding off on finishing the game. I'm waiting for that summer DLC to come out. I've got all the Divine Beasts done. I've got 15 hearts right now. I've got just started my 3rd stamina bar as far as how many shrines and stuff I've got. So I'm looking forward to implementing some of that DLC where I'm going to be able to see where I've been and then go investigate those areas that I've not been to, and also do the Trial of the Sword, all that cool stuff. So there's that. I also played some Minecraft on the Switch, which is cool, and started building my little area. I went into creative mode, and I've started to like choose a lot of little area, and then I'm going to put it in survival mode and then just live there and like make fields and plant stuff and make food and all that stuff. So that's what I'm planning on doing that. And then I also got Prey in the mail today via GameFly and put that in my PS4 and started playing it, and I'm loving it. I'm really liking it. Like Josh said, it's really good. I'm not going to say a whole lot more about it than him, but I'm looking forward to get back into it, and I highly recommend it as well. So there you go.
Cool. That's it?
Yeah. That's it for me.
All right. For me, I played the Diablo, like Dave said. I played a bunch of Battlefield 1. I do have the Platinum in Battlefield 1, but there's a few trophies that came out with the DLC that I've been trying to get. And obviously they involve the multiplayer. So I've been plucking away on that, putting a lot of hours into Battlefield. And then the story with, I also did get the Forza Horizon DLC. It was on sale. So we got the Hot Wheels expansion and the Blizzard Mountain expansion. Hot Wheels expansion, super fun. You go over little speed tracks and you go upside down. You go in corkscrews and loops. I mean, it's freaking awesome. So if you have an Xbox and you want to play a real fun racing game, Forza Horizon 3 is great. And the Hot Wheels expansion is pretty cool. And then I also played Battlefront. As I mentioned, the story that I wanted to say, Carter was watching me playing some Battlefield, and he would play a little bit. And Battlefield's a lot harder than Battlefront. But he's like, I want to play Battlefront. Let's play Battlefront. And I have that on the PlayStation 4 as well. We just don't have the season pass and all DLC. So I'm like, all right, let's play that. So we booted it up. I was like level 9 on the PlayStation. So he's like, let's just take turns. And he's, again, almost level 100. So he's put a lot of hours. And he thinks he's pretty good, which he is pretty good. So he's like, here, let's play. Let's just take turns playing matches. So I let him play first. He played. He was definitely positive when it comes to kill death. And I was like, all right, my turn. I started to play. And he does this thing. I don't know if your kids do this, Dave. Like, if you're playing, they like to tell you, like, no, Don't look out for this guy.
Yeah.
Oh, they always come over here. Oh, you using that gun wrong. Oh no, you shouldn't do that. It's like, kid, just for 20 some years, he just knows everything, and I'm doing everything wrong. I'm like, look, man, just pipe down, son. Let me play the game. I don't need your input and your advice at the moment. Just let me play. And he's just like, okay. And so I finished playing, and we got done. I'm like, hey, look at the scoreboard. Who's number one? Who's number one on the team? He's like, yeah. And on my team, I was number one. I was like 15-4, 15. I did really, really good. And of course, on the other team, there's a guy that had like 30 kills. I was like, so look, who's number one on the team? He's like, better than you. I'm like, I said on the team, not in the whole game. Who's the best on the team? Say it. He's like, say it. Right. Say it. That's right. Dad was the best on the team. Don't you think I know what I'm doing this game? He's like, yeah, I guess. I was like, see, son, chill. Then it gave it. So we went back and forth playing that way, but I had to like prove myself to my 11-year-old son that I was all right at Battlefront. It's kind of crazy. So, but yeah, so that's all I played this week. Not a ton. A lot of Battlefield. So there you go. Cool, man. That's what we've been playing. We are going to wrap it up tonight with Josh's battery dying. So we will not do a 20 questions this week, but stay tuned next week. We'll get back on the schedule for doing that. Thanks as always for listening and downloading. If you would like to get an extra entry, go subscribe to our YouTube channel and let us know you did so. You can get an entry. Patreon will be coming out here in the next couple weeks. That'll get you an entry in for this month as well. We're giving away that PlayStation 4 in November. You guys are the best. Just a quick reminder, we are part of the SiouxEmpire.com podcast family. You can head over there if you want to check out some of the South Dakota game and other podcasts from South Dakota. We are happy to be part of that group. So for Dave, Josh, and myself, I'm going to go ahead and say good night.
Piece of pizza, guys and
I'm only going to say bye on YouTube.
Josh is saying goodbye on YouTube, but I am relaying his message to our audio listeners.
Thanks, Dave. I appreciate it.
Recording has stopped. He is now thanking me. Let it be known. And
could you also tell them that I'm having a great hair day today?
He's also wanting you to know he's having a great hair day today.
Yes. And I smell fantastic.
He smells fantastic.
Yeah.
He is not telling me which areas of himself smell fantastic. He's just saying in general, he smells fantastic. That is all. Have a good night.
Bye, YouTube.